are planning a massive epic road trip next summer. We're going to be driving from here in Oregon, in the Salem region, all the way out to Richmond, Virginia, and back with our family of 8. We'll take our Nissan 35NV van, which is a 12-seater van, and it fit us beautifully the last time we did a trip like this 4 years ago. 4 years ago, if you want to go check out that trip, it's on our website. 4 years ago, we did a trip all the way from Oregon to Georgia and back, and we went through South Dakota and Kansas and Idaho and Missouri, Tennessee, Illinois. No, we didn't do Illinois. A little bit of Illinois, tiny little bit of Illinois, Montana, Wyoming, anyway, Missouri, and a little bit in Alabama. Anyway, it was a 4-week trip, and we saw plenty of places, and so most of those are listed on our blog. You can look up the article called Road Trip Reset to talk about why we went on that trip and all the places we went to. And we're now planning another epic road trip. As I said, you may have seen that already if you're a follower. If you're not, hit the follow button so you can get updates each week, but I plan to do an update every week to talk about how the plans are going. So right now, we know where we're leaving from and we know where we're going to. We're going to definitely be going to Richmond, Virginia, and then we're going to drive north up to the New York City area. I have family up there, and my best friend lives in New Jersey, and another best friend of mine lives in Baltimore. So we're going to visit some of those places, and then we'll start making our way back to Oregon. We're planning to leave basically as soon as school lets out, and we'll be gone probably for 6 weeks, maybe a little bit less depending on what companies we end up working with, places that want to sponsor us, and also on what we want to see. We have a huge list, obviously, of places we want to visit, but some of the ones we're looking at right now are Indianapolis. I have a kid who loves race cars, so we're probably talking about driving through there. Next summer, one of the reasons for this trip is that next year, but especially next summer in July, on the 4th of July, is the semi-quincentennial of the United States of America, which, if you're not familiar with that word, what it basically means is the United States turns 250 years old next summer. And so cities, counties, states all over the U.S. are going to be having amazing celebrations for that. A lot of state fairs are planning really epic shows and events and things around that, and we decided there's a travel conference we wanted to attend in Richmond, and so we decided that we wanted to make this a whole family trip. Our oldest is a college student, and our younger kids are getting older, and soon we will have a lot more adult children. And as they get busier, it's going to be harder to do trips like this, so we thought, okay, let's plan and do a really cool trip like that. So what I'd love to hear from you is what questions you have about planning the road trip, and also if you have suggestions for great places that we should stop at. You can see our tentative route. It's not really finalized at all, but you can see it. It's my pinned post here, and it shows kind of the route that we're hoping to take roughly, but it could swing slightly south or north in the middle of the route, because really the only fixed points are the ones I mentioned there, which is leaving from Oregon, obviously, and we're going to Virginia and up through those states where I have friends, and then after that, everything else is kind of up for grabs depending on what interests us the most and what places we want to add to our list, and if there are travel places that want to work with us. So I would love to hear any awesome suggestions you have. Also, as we start making our plans and getting the route finalized, definitely tell me if there are cool places in your area. If you live somewhere along the route, let me know, because we might be able to coordinate a meetup. I don't know. I haven't done a trip like this where I've planned it so far in advance, so there's opportunity for a lot of really cool things that we could do. And if you know events that are happening in some of those areas, for example, a friend of mine told me that the Iowa State Fair is the state fair to hit next year because they're doing a special celebration, so we may try to get to that. But I would love to hear from you wherever you are in the US. If you know that there's a cool celebration happening, or a place that you think more people should know about, or the place that is particularly neurodivergent friendly or family friendly, please tell us. We would love to hear about that. And also shoot me whatever questions you have about how to plan a big road trip like this, and how we're budgeting for it, and what we're going to be doing for it. Thanks. Talk